And here we go. We are back with yet another live session, episode 218. We've come a long, long way. I know the channel has not been quite as active as it used to be, but that does not mean that every now and then I won't try to pop by and talk to my tribe. So, if you do not know the drill by now, I don't know what to say. It's called Ask Me Anything. You can ask me anything, and we can go from there. As I await the thirst people to come into this session, we'll have a sip of cafe. What's up, Elizabeth? How you doing? How is Greece treating you? It's not too hot over there? Talk about global warming, man. We just had the second hottest day in Belgian history yesterday. Good morning, Erica. How you guys doing? What would you guys like to talk about? Because I am also burning up. There are fires in Europe. Yeah, man. I mean, global warming. It is happening. So I'm pretty convinced that Spain, Portugal, Greece, all of that is going to turn into one big desert in a couple of years. Um, I think the main thing about global warming is you don't really notice anything during the winter, during autumn and fall, because it's just like a little bit less cold, so no one's complaining. But then when summer rolls around, you start noticing, like, oh, this is kind of crazy. We're having 40-degree days in countries that normally never have those. And then the countries that do have hot days now basically just have constant forest fires, um, and just, days of 40 degrees plus. Um, yeah, pretty sure this will continue to be the case. It's crazy how a lot of people have talked about it, obviously, global warming and everything, but people are still kind of like, nah, that's not going to happen. When every single summer we are currently being faced with the facts. Anywho, ask me anything, go ahead. Erica, yes, I did not think I was going to experience global warming. I thought I was going to be in a century or two. I just read something that um, if we don't like stop this process by 2030, we're basically going to be screwed. Something like that. It was about Earth as a whole only needs 1.5 more degrees of average heat. Like I'm butchering this. I sound so dumb. They were basically talking about that soon we will hit a point of no return where the planet will no longer be able to kind of like cool down anymore. So are you still planning to move to Barcelona? No, to be honest, I'm not. I'm not really. It's all about economics. I'm 34. I would like to buy a house. I would like at some point to start a family, and obviously that's not going to happen now. But I am trying to lay the groundwork, the foundation for that now. Meaning that if I want to have kids in, let's say, 3 or 4 years, like I'm single, so I still need to meet somebody in the next year. I need to be around that person long enough to figure out that I want her to be the mother of my children, and then so All that, and I don't think that's gonna happen if I move to Barcelona. I think if I move to Barcelona, I'm just gonna have a fun life with a lot of adventures, a lot of romances, a lot of, yeah, fun, like I said, but it's a tough place to find someone in and just like make a real life with, to my experience. Hello, you're looking great. Thank you. Hi, King, looking bulky. Thank you. Definitely heavier and bigger and stronger than ever. Gained 10 kg since last year. Do you take creatine? Yes, I do. I take about 7 grams a day. What's up, Lincoln? How you doing, buddy? You got a long time yet, man. Men are starting families at 50 these days. Yeah, I mean, I know, but doesn't mean that I want that. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to be a dad at 50. I want to be young and strong and have energy to really like, you can say what you want, but if you start a family at 50, so they're gonna be teenagers, you're gonna be 50, like 65. Come on, man. You know, that's not ideal. Let's put it like that. Let's be PC today. Let's be nice for a change. It's actually the first afternoon coffee I've had in a long time. I've been trying to stay off the caffeine, man, because this thing makes you crash. I just have one. I try to have 1 cup in the morning or something with caffeine in the morning, and that's it. But today, yeah, I slept like shit because the heat woke me up super early. It's super hot here. Like I said, we're having a heat wave in Belgium, so I needed some extra energy. I'm lonely as hell, but I'm giving up on dating. Nathan, um, I mean, giving up on dating then, like, that's practically giving up on life because clearly needing someone is something that you desire. Otherwise, you wouldn't express the fact that you're lonely. So I understand you want to make a point to the universe and be like, fuck this shit, I quit. But the problem is, the universe is probably not listening and it's not going to react to that act of protest of self harm. You know what I mean? Like you're punishing yourself to make a point, thus only furthering your own shitty situation. So it's not a good strategy to give up on dating when you have emotions of loneliness that you want to get rid of. Lucifer. It's all right if you're rich by then, though, because then they're set, and then you can stay in your 70s and you're on a private island with your strippers. Oh man, that doesn't sound realistic. Hi, I'm Gabriella. Hey, Gabriella, what's up? I'm great. I'm great. So good to see you again. How are you? You are my Argentinian friend, right? The one like I met you in the park, right? I still gotta post those pictures on my YouTube channel. Reminder. Enkila net stuff. Hello, hello. I'm only playing. All good, man. All good. This is what happens when I don't get a lot of sleep. You see my eyes. I'm just like, yeah. And usually I'm pretty good with the heat, but last night it caught me off guard. I woke up just like in a hot room, even though I had everything open. It's too much, man. It's too much. The last couple of days I was in Barcelona last week, I also couldn't take it anymore. Like it's getting too hot there. It's so good in May and June and then like September and October. But like halfway July and the entire of August, it just turns into an oven and I can't do it. All the locals also get out of there in August because it's too much. It's too goddamn much, boy. I'm drooling, man. God damn it. Trying to look sexy for YouTube and I'm out here drooling on myself. I am. I'm good. Drawing some stuff yesterday. A boy with who I was having something romantic suddenly blocked me. Oh no. What an asshole. I'm sorry to hear that. I hate people that block people. Like I understand you can be angry, you can have disagreements, but blocking is like the highest level of being a bitch you could possibly be. When you block someone, it's like, you know, just trying to take the power and hurt that other person, and it's like you can't even reach me. Such a sad display of insecurity and the need for power and control. So, um, Gabrielle, Gabriella, sorry, um, that's a good thing because he is showing you now who he is through his actions. When people show you who they are, believe them. Um, by the way, backstory for the live session chat people in here. I actually met this person right here, the nick who has the nickname Moga Moguru, aka Gabriela. She's an amazing Argentinian girl, and she literally ran into me in the park in Barcelona. And she was like, she messaged me and said, "Hey, did I just see you?" So yeah, I'm in the park. And then she came to say hi, and we talked, and it was awesome. So um, I'm gonna post those pictures on my YouTube community tab soon. Anyway, she's awesome, and it was so nice to meet somebody, one of my you know, one of my tribe. Yeah, doing it suddenly with no explanation is like, what the fuck? He had a lot of emotional problems. So, anyways, I don't want to waste my time on someone with that type of behaviors, but it makes me sad. Gabriella, just promise me one thing. When he comes back, it's not even about if. At some point, he's going to unblock you and try to draw you back in again. So, when he does that, do me a favor and ignore him. He's gone. You don't need him. That's toxic. And that's it. He has shown you who he is, and now it's up to you to take action on that and understand that he's not worthy of your time. Conda, I was blocked on Instagram recently just for thanking a woman for following back. I wasn't even trying to make moves on her. It's Instagram though, like guys, listen, like all these internet people, you know, people have lost their goddamn minds, man, on social media, and a lot of people prefer to live. What I think is funny is when people are scared of like AI and virtual reality and the metaverse, and they're talking about people are going to be spending the whole day in the metaverse. I'm like, what do you think they're doing now? Like, what are they literally doing right now? Like, so many people live on Instagram. That's their world. Their whole day, they're just like, you know, whenever somebody is too comfortable using Instagram as an actual conversational app, I'm already like weary. Because you shouldn't, like, if you're using DMs as a way to like consistently conversate with people, that doesn't make sense. The way it's set up, the way it's structured. So that tells me you're living in the app, and it's a very, very big red flag. So yeah. Don't invest too much time on there. It's really not gonna do you any good. I still remember that day. It was like a dream. You mean the day that we met? It was awesome. It was like a dream to me too. Nathan, that's awesome. She ran into you. Cool. Yeah, that is. Let me. Oh, I don't have the picture here. That was really nice. People should focus on their real lives. That's it. Like we've gotten too caught up in this social media stuff, and we think, like we're all branding ourselves on there, and we're all trying to be something or not. But it's the same with Twitter. I was just talking to a client today, and he was telling me like how much he was struggling with the negativity on Twitter and all these things. And I just told him like, don't drink the poison. Like, if you read Twitter, you follow Twitter, you'll be convinced that like the world is gone to hell, you know? Like we need to really learn how to distance ourselves from that and understand that it's not an accurate representation. Those people shouting on Twitter and being crazy and negative and dark are not like that in real life. They wouldn't even look at you. So all that stuff. I use Instagram too, don't get me wrong, but I use it in moderation. And also I understand it, I take it for what it is. You know, it's not that big of a deal. Sorry guys, I'm so tired, man. Damn. This heat is kicking my ass. Hate that shit. And this is third year proof that coffee really only makes you more tired usually. Like I'm literally at the verge of passing out right now. Erica, you say you want to get married, but it seems that you meet more women in Barcelona. That is true. Very good point. Are you gonna meet a woman in Barcelona and bring her to Belgium? That is the plan. Grab them and take them back. Or are you going to meet her in Belgium? Well, I don't know, obviously, but I will admit that I do tend to meet um, a lot more women in Barcelona than in Belgium. That is true. I mean, if you don't know someone and they live in another country, it's fine to talk through social media. That if you can meet that person in real life, why should you just keep texting on social media? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, at some point, if you know someone, like you're gonna get WhatsApp, right, or something like that, simply based off of how chaotic the messaging app, like Instagram does not make the message. Like, it's yeah, you can communicate, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just very. Maybe that's just me, but I know what you're saying, and I definitely do agree. And always be wary of people that just want to continue to talk through the internet and never want to meet. You know, that's just that should tell you everything. The only problem is speaking about the whole like running into someone and like getting to know someone. I'm not that motivated, like in terms of how do I say? I haven't really been focused on meeting someone or getting to know someone or run like on dating in general. I really haven't. I'm not sure that that's a great thing, but it is the reality of the situation right now. Who do you think would win in arm wrestling, Elon Musk or Joe Biden? Elon Musk, man. Joe Biden is like senior citizen status. I had a question. Didn't you have a girlfriend? I thought you had. Yeah, but we broke up last September, so like almost a year ago. Katya, of course. What are your thoughts on gender relations these days? A lot more people are staying single. Uh, Gender relations. Yeah, I think people are staying single because they're becoming more difficult. Because they're becoming more demanding. Because none of them want to sacrifice. They all have this list of things that their partner is supposed to have, and obviously those people don't exist. People have become, we've gotten pretty complex and spoiled. I think that's a big reason. I think also because we're constantly looking at like we're constantly being seduced by alternatives on social media. So it's like we're now able to follow every single person that we ever encountered and engaged, like in school and stuff or at work or whatever. So we can see like all the people that you used to date or that you had a crush on, you can see them on social media and it's not real. You see that they're branded, marketed life, which is a facade, and then you're like looking at your real life, you're always gonna be like, damn, that looks better. So people they get tricked. Any tips on getting a girlfriend? Get Bumble, dude. Bumble is a free app. Get on there. I don't have the energy to do a rant and talk about self-confidence. Like getting a girlfriend is about, honestly, man, I've always said this. It should never be the goal. It should really never be the goal. Like if your goal is getting a girlfriend, I just feel like you're always gonna come across desperate and sad and like, like thirsty. My advice to you would be focus on your goddamn self, man. Build yourself up. Like, look at me. I'm putting my love and my effort into me. I love me and trying to be the best me I can be. And then I'm sure people will recognize that and be drawn to that. But I'm not out here like looking for someone. It's like let it happen. But let it happen through self development. Like make your own, like build your own empire and make your own goals, and then women are drawn to successful people that know what they're doing and have a purpose in life. So you should be that guy. I'm training for my fifth marathon. The heat is blistering. Wishing you luck. Yeah, good luck, man. I would not want to run in this heat. Hey, bro, when are you visiting India? I don't know, man. Won't be anytime soon. Gosu, you're right. Thanks, man. Hey, man. Let me tell you something. As a person, as a man who spent a good chunk of his life doing everything for women, like all my travels were basically, you know, for women. A lot of things I was doing was for like I had to get to a certain point. I had to date enough women. I had to have enough relationships to finally understand and learn my lesson that no woman can make me whole. There is no finish line. There is no light at the end of that tunnel. Like I always used to think, I just gotta meet the right girl, and then everything will fall into place. Like, guess what? I met all kinds of right girls, and it didn't. All right. In the end, it's just about you. And the problem is, we were brought up with this idea that we are, this person will come along and fix us, but we have to fix ourselves. And then somebody else can accompany us on our journey. But it shouldn't be a thing where it's like, oh, now, like now I know what to do in life and what direction to go. Fuck that. I do work on myself, got a good job, good body, just no girls. Stay patient though, you're getting there. I honestly think the human will never be able to like only one person at a time. Hmm. But it's fine. You can like multiple people. Um, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean you have to act on that. But then even if you want to act on that, talk about it with your partner and like if just communicate. You can do whatever you like. That's why I don't like serious relationships. Maybe because I don't fall in love a long time ago. Hmm. I will say this because I know you're still very young. That gets increasingly more tricky. Like I remember, not even just like romantic relationships, in general relationships. When I was 20, I felt like the world was my friend. I could hang out with anyone. I could, like I didn't care. Now, like the older you get, the more specific you get. Like now it's increasingly harder for me to be around people that I can't really vibe with or I can't connect with. Like I'm just like, nah, I'm not interested. And I think it's the same, you know, you're definitely going to enter a stage in your life at some point where you're going to want to settle down a little bit. I'm not talking necessarily about getting a house and kids and a dog and the picket fence, but you're going to want to have some stability at some point and choose a person. I just think that person should be more as a companion, like a really good friend, instead of like this romantic explosion. Those never seem to last. Look at all the successful relationships, like the real ones, not the ones, the fake ones that we see in the media, but like people that actually have been together 30 years, 40 years. Like if you ask them, they all say the same, they're all just like, yep, it's hard. You gotta put a lot of work into it, gotta be patient, and you just have to like keep going, keep pushing and keep fighting for one another. But yeah, if you're depending on love and attraction and passion and sex, like it's not gonna last. I'll never have kids. I'll only have dogs and cats. Sounds like a plan. By the way, guys, I'm still taking on new clients as well. If anybody is interested in a coaching session, you can email me at lorenz.dries@gmail.com. That is my email in the chat box right there. Looking huge. Thank you, man. What are your thoughts on the red pill and all that shit? Um, I don't really have any thoughts anymore. I think at this point, people should have figured out like there's just a lot of channels out there that make content to pander to people. So it's like if you're bald and short and lonely, they make videos specifically for you. If you're an incel, they make videos for you, and they act like they can relate to you, and they're gonna tell you what you want to hear. And you're gonna be like, "Oh, they get me. This is my tribe." So all that red pill, blue pill, black pill, pink pill, I don't care what pill. It's all just different ways to kind of get you to buy into something, to keep watching, for them to make money. They're not really trying to help you, and I think it's a little bit silly to box yourself in. Like this is I'm the black pill. This is how I am. Okay, and then you're stuck because now you have built a prison of your own design of who you're supposed to be. And then when you change and you grow, you're like evolving. Like, oh shit, but I kind of said I was this, and then your ego is not going to allow you to come back on your word. Kosu, thank you, man. $5. I appreciate that, man. Big shout out to you. I really appreciate that. I know we all got bills to pay, so that's a very generous donation, my friend. Have you ever thought that we live in a simulation? I mean, I've gone over the theory, yeah, but I know like playing the odds, it is more likely that we are than that we're not. But I don't think we are. I think we sometimes, in a weird way, overstate our uniqueness or how special we are. We have fallen in love sometimes with our own achievements as a species because we could never be able to like objectively look at ourselves and be like, oh, who could have thought like we figured all these things out, like how to build cars and nuclear energy and how to go to the moon. It's like, well, we only say that because we don't have anything like any other point of the reference. Imagine like discovering this whole other alien race and then basically uh, you know realizing that we're still like we're not that smart at all. Anywho, guys, I'm out. I hope you enjoyed the live. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and I'll be back with another one soon. Thank you all. Gabriela, te deseo un día linda. Abrazo. Ciao, ciao.